Hello, class 6th. Here is Kaushalya Rajpurohit, your English teacher, and today we will discuss dialogue writing. A dialogue means conversation between two persons, right? When two persons converse, when they speak to each other, right? The sentences spoken by them are the dialogues. To write a dialogue, you have to be imaginative and creative. You have to create dialogue for yourself as well as the imaginary person. You have to be spontaneous and hence you have to raise questions and seek solution, right? So in order to write dialogue, you need to be more imaginative and creative. You need to create dialogues for the two persons, right, for whom you are writing the dialogue, right? You should be spontaneous with your answers. You should be raising questions and seeking solution, right? So you should be really creative. Some basic points to help in dialogue writing: know the subject well before you write, right? So before writing the dialogue, you should know the subject very well. Arrange the words of the conversation of both the speakers in such a way that it appears natural and real, right? So when you are writing the conversation, when you are writing the dialogue, you should arrange the conversation of the speakers in such a way that it should look real and natural. Use the words that are easy to understand, right, and which are spoken generally, right? So you should be making use of such words which are easy to understand and which are spoken generally. Do not let any single speaker monopolize the conversation, right? So you should be having a balance with the conversation of both the speakers. Use interjection appropriately, right? You should be able to show the sadness, happiness, anger, right? You should be able to show the feelings of the speaker. And always remember to check the grammar, right? The grammar used in your dialogue should be correct. So these are some basic points which will help you in dialogue writing. The importance of dialogue writing: it develops appropriate and effective knowledge of English conversation among the students. It helps the students to acquire the skill of a writer, and it also helps students to not only converse with people but also to face an interview confidently, right? So there are multiple uses of dialogue writing, and it will be overall developing your conversation skill, right? So dialogue writing is very important. Let us see one example. So they have given the question: Ritu and Richa have been to Kashmir and are impressed by the beauty of nature. The snow-capped mountains and gardens. Work in pairs and complete the conversation, right? So they have given us a topic, right? There are two persons in the conversation, Ritu and Richa, and they have been to Kashmir and they are discussing about the beauty of Kashmir, right? So you should be talking, or whenever you're writing the dialogue, you should be knowing the subject and you should develop the dialogues according to the subject, right? So here the subject is beauty of Kashmir, and Ritu and Richa are our speakers and they are talking about the beauty of Kashmir. So let us see how we will write the you can say dialogues. Ritu: our trip to Kashmir has been really worth remembering. Richa: yes, really, it is the beautiful creation of God. Ritu: the snow capped mountains, gardens, and the tourism is really captivating. Richa: really, all these are gifts of nature. Ritu: Richa: what fascinated me the most was the Dal Lake. Richa: the Dal Lake has really unique beauty. Ritu: how serene and becoming experience it was when we did boating in the Dal Lake. Richa: really, if there is a heaven on earth, that is Kashmir. Ritu: I agree with you. Right? So this is a conversation between Ritu and Richa, and the topic is beauty of Kashmir, right? So whenever you get a certain topic, you should be having knowledge of that subject, right? Otherwise you will be not able to include important points regarding to the subject in the conversation. So that is very important. You should keep the language simple, and you should be using simple words, or the words which are normally used in conversation, right? So if you, and you can be imaginative, you can be creative, you should be spontaneous, right? All these things will be helping you to write the conversation, to write the dialogues very efficiently and properly. Okay, so I hope you have understood the topic. This is all for today. Thank you.